Hey guys, this is Tyler with SDK. Today we're going to be learning about one of my favorite techniques, the box shield. We're going to learn what it's used for, what it's not used for, and ultimately how to do it. So we can start off talking about what the box shield is. The box shield is a term coined by Guru Kaiyan, the founder of SDK, Sandukan Kali. And this is a defensive technique. When done correctly, it can also be used simultaneously, offensively. When done properly, the box shield should actually form what quite literally looks like a box around the head. It should look like this. Shielding what you can see is most of my head and a portion of my neck and jaw as well. The box shield is actually a combination of two really common defense techniques. Answering the phone in Western style boxing, where you'd be blocking a hook or a looping shot. You'd be grabbing the back of your head with either the left or right hand, and then having the elbow protruding out towards the opponent. And the second one would be a technique that to me kind of looks like a ram head. I'm not sure if it has a formal name, but it's used in a lot of self-defense martial arts. But it kind of looks like this, where you'd be grabbing the top of the head as well, and then having the elbow pointed out towards whoever your opponent would be. So we can go ahead and start talking about how to properly perform the box shield. We're going to take one of our arms for our purposes. Today we're going to go ahead and take the left arm, tuck it behind the head, actually grabbing the back of the head if possible. And then you're going to take the opposite arm, so the right hand, placing it over the left bicep, which is grabbing the back of the head, and we're going to bring our arms and elbows and shoulders up high. So you should actually be protecting your mouth and nose and then your neck as well if your shoulders are up high. From a different angle, it should look like this. From the other side, up here. So both elbows should be pointed in the direction of your opponent. I just want to really quickly talk about what the box shield should and should not be used for. This is more of a short-range defense technique. So when you are within range of a punch and you don't feel that you're going to have the luxury of being able to pull back and escape or slip the punch, if you are on the inside of two people's arms, meaning that they could basically reach out and hug you, this would be an ideal situation when you would use the box shield. So then you would drive forward like so, protecting the left side of your head or the right side if it's here. And ideally, if you don't know which side of the head is going to be attacked, like where the angle or the punch is coming from, maybe it's from the left, but you thought it was coming from the right, ideally you should have both shoulders up high so that your shoulders or the arm that's actually taking the punch can absorb most of the blow. Now, really quickly, I just want to make a very explicit point. This is really not something that people should be using in sparring at all. So combat sports, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, this is something that can really, really hurt your sparring partner. And obviously we don't want to break or injure our sparring partners, but you are using elbows to do this. As I said earlier, this can be done as a simultaneously offensive technique as well as defensive. So when you're doing the box shield properly and someone is attacking you, if you are stepping into the punch, you're actually driving the elbows forward into your opponent. So obviously in sparring, that can really, really damage the other person. It can hurt their neck or their teeth. So I wanted to go ahead and display a combination of different ways that the box shield can be used, both offensively, defensively, and then of course simultaneously offensively and defensively, and then also moving into some additional strikes as well. Hope you guys enjoy the footage. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you guys watching. Have a great rest of your day. So here we are kind of just starting off with the simplest version of how to display this, blocking some really telegraphed looping punches as well as some straight ones. You should be able to see here that the arm grabbing my bicep coming across my face should be just below my eye line so I can see what's coming. And then we're going to get into some different combinations here in a second. Here we are using the box shield and then transitioning into an elbow strike. So I'm eating that shot up high. My guard is high on that left shoulder ideally, and then transitioning and using the same arm that was eating the shot with into the left elbow strike. Here we are using the box shield, in my opinion, in really the way that it's supposed to be used, which is a simultaneous attack. As you're eating that up high on the shoulder, the other elbow, the one coming across your face, is driving directly into the opponent, obviously in the neck, head, or the chest area. That's where you really want to be careful. And then you see we do the simultaneous attack and then into the elbow strike as well. And then here we have double elbow strike. Here we're playing with some variations, which is capping the jab and then eating the hook. and then also eating the straight punch, the jab, with the elbow, and then taking the hook as well. And then lastly here, we're just showing an illustration in which you thought that the shot was coming from the other side, maybe from the left, but it ends up coming from the right or vice versa. And then you end up just taking that shot high on the shoulder. Here we just kind of have a free flow drill where he's just throwing a mixture of straight and looping punches. I'm just trying to maintain my structure, get into a box shield when I can. And other than that, just kind of capping the jab and then eating it on the shoulders or the elbows each time. And here you can see, if you're paying attention, you should be able to tell that I'm not always in a proper complete box shield. Sometimes you're not quick enough to get there. You don't know the exact angle of the punch. The idea is, as long as the guard is high, elbows are protruding, and you're in somewhat of a box shield, you should be able to mitigate the amount of damage, stopping it from hitting your head and absorbing the punches on the hard parts of the body, being the shoulders or elbows.